Have you ever thought that waste styrofoam, often seen as useless, could actually be turned into something valuable, despite being difficult to decompose? Styrofoam holds great potential for reuse, one of which is as a base for homemade wood varnish. By using thinner as a solvent, we can create our own affordable varnish that's effective for coating wood surfaces, giving them a shiny finish and added protection. In this video, I'll show you step by step how to turn discarded styrofoam into wood varnish you can use for various DIY woodworking projects at home. Let's get started. Now we've reached one of the most crucial steps in this process, dissolving the styrofoam. After preparing the pieces of styrofoam and thinner in a clean container, we begin the process of melting it down to create our own wood varnish. Start by adding the styrofoam pieces slowly into the thinner. As soon as the styrofoam comes into contact with the liquid, you'll notice it beginning to shrink and soften almost instantly. This is where we begin stirring. Gently stir the mixture in circular motions, making sure to keep the styrofoam moving so it doesn't clump up or stick together in one spot. At first, the mixture may look cloudy or even slightly chunky, and that's completely normal. The key here is patience. Keep stirring over and over again. Don't rush this step. The more consistently and thoroughly you stir, the better the styrofoam will dissolve into the thinner. As the process continues, you'll start to notice a change in the mixture's consistency. It will gradually become thinner and clearer. Any leftover white bits or floating clumps are signs that it's not yet ready. So continue to stir until the solution is completely smooth and transparent. This may take several minutes, especially if you're using a larger quantity of styrofoam, but the result is worth the effort. What you're aiming for is a crystal clear liquid, free from any lumps or residue. When you reach that stage, congratulations, your homemade varnish is ready to use. This solution will provide a protective, glossy finish on wooden surfaces, enhancing both their appearance and durability. So take your time with this step. The clearer your mixture, the better your varnish will perform. Now we've reached the final step, using the wood varnish we just made. After dissolving the styrofoam completely in thinner and getting a clear, smooth solution, the varnish is ready for use. This time, we're going to apply it to an old wooden bedboard that hasn't been used for years. The surface looks dull, faded, and dry, but the wood itself is still strong and solid, too good to throw away. That's where our homemade varnish comes in. Using a clean brush, we begin to gently apply the varnish across the wooden surface. It's important to brush in the same direction as the grain of the wood, so the finish blends naturally and evenly. The first layer might look thin, but it's just enough to begin soaking into the dry wood fibers. Once the first coat is done, we let it dry for a while before applying the second layer. The more coats we add, the glossier and richer the finish becomes, and the more protected the wood will be. Slowly, you'll start to see the difference. The once dull and tired wood begins to shine again, revealing its natural color and texture, now enhanced by the clear varnish we made ourselves. This transformation is proof that with a bit of effort and creativity, even simple materials can bring new life to something old and forgotten. And that brings us to the end of our project. From turning leftover styrofoam into useful varnish, to restoring an old wooden bedboard with a new shine, this simple DIY method proves that creativity and resourcefulness can go a long way. Not only have we given new life to something that was almost forgotten, but we've also found a smart way to reduce waste and reuse materials that usually end up in the trash. It's a small step, but every bit helps when it comes to sustainability. Thank you so much for joining me in this process. I hope this inspires you to try it yourself and explore other creative ways to repurpose materials at home. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, share, or leave a comment. See you in the next video or project. Until then, stay creative and keep making something meaningful.